Right, in today's video, I want to talk about what to do when you make a mistake with your self-improvement and your discipline and your routine. We speak so much all the time about which habits are good, which habits are not, and things to avoid, things to do. But we don't say so much on the matter of what to do to get back on track when you make a mistake. Now, in today's video, I want to sort of summarize this around the premise of the fact that you are always going to make mistakes. If you're someone who is striving for a better version of yourself and you want to improve and achieve things, you are guaranteed to come across instances where the thing you said you would do is not the thing that you actually end up doing. It's just going to happen. And the most important thing for us to do here is to armor ourselves and understand what to do when things go wrong so that we can get back on track. So, first of all, we need to recognise that there are actually two mistakes that are made whenever we do an error. First of all, the one that we recognise as the issue is the thing we have actually done. It is the relapsing, be it on certain websites or food or whatever it is that we're doing that we said we didn't want to do. And it is almost inevitably our reaction that is a secondary issue and actually is a bigger issue. When we make an error and we do something we wish we didn't do, we will then go through this whole mental arithmetic of guilt tripping and feeling shameful for what it is that we've done. And as a result of this, we will sit and wallow in a negative feeling and we won't do anything. We'll just feel worse and worse and worse about the fact that we didn't stick to our promise again and we failed and we're all of a sudden we're shrouded in this misery of self-contemplation. And we miss a crucial point here that really is more important than actually the error you made at the start. And that is that you're wasting time and you're wasting energy when you do this. We think that as a result of this self-flagellation, this guilt tripping, that we're actually sort of paying the penance or the price for our actions. But we're not. We are leaving a surplus reservoir of energy on the table that we could use to rectify the issue itself. So the plan of action is, when you make an error, the first thing you need to do is pay some attention towards the fact that when you feel bad for doing something that you know doesn't stand by your morals, that you're actually giving yourself an inherent compliment, because you're showing that this standard that you set for yourself is a high one and you don't accept anything less than that. And that's actually a very good thing. And you should be proud of yourself for having that standard set. And the second thing you should do is find something to channel that energy towards. Rather than having this guilt sit in this ambient sense of, I'm such a failure, I fucked up again, find something to do. Because it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be quite annoyed, you're going to be irritated with the fact that you've made an error. And that amount of energy that will reside there, that sort of subliminal anger, is really useful because you can make right the wrong that you have made. You can turn this into a good thing by going, okay, I haven't done something that I wanted to do. I've made a mistake. Let me now orient this energy in a direction that will put me back on track immediately. It is also important to remember that every time you make a mistake, you're actually feeding information into one of the most prolific data harvesting machines of all. And that's this. Up here, you have so much ability to take in what's happened and alongside that take in the emotion that has come with that and use this as a means of enhancing your understanding of yourself. So when you do something that you don't like, you get that feeling of, I didn't like that, that made me feel shit, I'm not going to do that again. And when you come to do it again, you now have more information at your fingertips to put against that and to remind yourself of the fact that actually this doesn't sound or feel as good as it actually is in hindsight. And that's very good because this turns your errors into pieces of information for yourself that you can look and go, okay, I've made an error this time, but next time I've now got more information to show myself that this is something that I don't actually like to do. It's very important that when we make mistakes like this, we find an angle, we find something good to take from it, because if we don't, then we're just leaving it on the table. There's so much energy and positivity as a result of that to be found from actually trying to find the way around this that puts us back on track as fast as possible. And that's the point of this video. It's taking that energy and putting it in a positive direction. The most important way that I have addressed this for myself is to go about it as though you're almost training. When you go to the gym or you do something of that ilk, you're breaking down the muscle, and as a result of that, you make errors with the muscle. The muscle no longer holds the same strength by that final rep. And it's the same thing when it comes to our trials and tribulations of relapses and temptations and the surrounding fields. It's like training in the sense that you make the error, and as a result of that, you send that signal to your brain that says, this is something we don't like to do. Let's find a way to do something about that and to armor ourselves so we don't carry on having this negative feeling. And that's where it's very important to call on the fact that when you make mistakes, you will catalog that somewhere. It will be in there of, this is actually not something I like to do as much as this moment suggests I like to do. It should also be said, and something I have frequently reminded myself of as to soothe some of that guilt, is we live in a society that is absolutely prolific at hijacking our attention and hardwiring us to want the most enticing things. That can come in the sake of porn, it can come in the sake of shit food, it can come in the sake of scrolling on TikTok, this sort of thing. It's all built around your attention, hijacking that and using your inherent animalistic desires against you. And it's important that you remember this, because by that metric, you are flipping this in saying that I have a world's worth of technology and developers and systems in place that are trying to hijack me. And as a result of that, at some point or another, I'm going to bend to that whim because there's so much pressure coming from outside. And that really reorients what it is that we're looking at here, because then you can say, right, if I've got all of this going on, all of these temptations around me, and only one of them are getting in, or once a week I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, think about how much you're not letting in. Think about how many of the things you're not doing or not doing so often that are demonstrations of the fact that you are not as much of a failure or a negative, you're not a failure at all, but that's the way that we look at it. We look at ourselves as some form of failure when we make these errors. It's important to remember that when you're working all the time to try and not let these energies in, that sometimes they get through, and that's all right, because you just pick yourself back up and go again. And most importantly, you show yourself that your discipline is far more iron-willed than you would if you didn't make these errors. Because it's far more impressive for someone to make a mistake and go, fuck it, I shouldn't have done that, and get back on that horse and go again. Because if you're someone that can do that, you can go, right, I made a mistake. I'm not going to sit here and wallow and just continue to make the same mistakes because I feel bad for myself now, or because I feel guilty towards myself. I'm going to get back on it and show that that was a mistake, but it doesn't define who I am. And really, what does define who I am is my caliber and my intention to keep going even when I make mistakes. So, to round this video out, you are not a failure or a bad person or a negative of any kind for making mistakes. You are human. And as a result of that, sometimes you make mistakes, and that's all right. Just forgive yourself for that. Use that energy, use that surplus of fervency as a means of getting you back on track quickly and showing that you are a fucking legend. So with that being said, I hope this video has helped. Make mistakes, don't worry about it too much, just get back on the horse. See you in a bit.